The D minor is an absolute of a chord. Hey guys and girls, welcome, I'm Sean. This is week 6 of my guitar learning journey. So if you don't know, I'm basically documenting my entire guitar learning process on this acoustic right here. The 4-week stage, I introduced a couple of minor chords, E minor and A minor. So I've been working on those for 2 weeks now. This week, I've introduced the D minor. So I'm playing around with that, and that is causing me problems. But I'm enjoying it, it's brilliant. You know, overcoming this challenge, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to document it and show you how I'm going to overcome it in time. So, what else have I been getting up to in the past week or so? I've been running through some different riffs. I'm still terrible at them, but it's more about getting the fingers working in new ways and playing around with different strumming patterns. I've got a new, very basic introduction of the spider exercise, which I'll run through today. Again, it's just to ease my fingers into working its way around the fretboard. It's all brand new to me, so I have to take it super slow. So that's what I've been doing. I've also took a couple of pit stops in a few different guitar stores to pick up some different picks. I must have about 30 or 40 different types now, but I'm still not sure which type I'm going to get on with the best. So some I like, some I don't, some are too thick, many are too thick. So I'm sort of happy around that 0.5-ish range. So I'm just going to go straight into pretty much what I'm doing with my practice sessions. I would say I'm probably clocking up around an hour a day at the moment of practice. So I've been getting up in the morning and basically running through my minor chords. Just spend the 15-20 minutes in the morning just going through the chords that I'm doing. So at the moment it's the E, so I'll just literally go from, I just play around. Do different strums, I just make music. I mean, so I'm a musician now, so I just make music. Yes, that's pretty much what I do in the mornings. Then I get home later on, then after work, and in the afternoon or the early evening, I will then sort of pump out my more technical stuff, where I'll super slow practicing the chords, the new chords that I've learned. They're going through the older chords that I say older, the ones I've known for about 5-6 weeks, not just for 2 weeks. And yeah, just keep everything as fresh as I can. I was a little overwhelmed with the amount of things that I was practicing. There was just so much. I've condensed it down now a lot. So yeah, so I'm enjoying it. So I'll just run through what I'm doing. Okay, so the finger stretch, it's that spider walk. I'm sure plenty of you are aware of it. I'm running through that for 2 minutes every day, at least 2 minutes. I started on the 5th fret, and now I'm probably down to around the 3rd fret. So give myself 2 minutes for that, so we'll get on. Okay, and we're away. So we're on the 3rd fret up here. Super slow, I take it. Feel the stretch. There we go. And back up. Okay, just out of interest, I'm going to see how I get on with this 1st fret. This will be funny. Okay. That's a stretch. Let's not pull a finger muscle. Okay, not bad. That was painful to watch, I'm sure. Okay, then I'm running through more of my super slow chord practices, so I'm not going to run through them all right now. I'll do that in my own time. But with this sort of like with this D minor, I'll just spend a couple of minutes running through that. I'll do the same with the E minor, the same with the A minor. Then I will do a bit of strumming practice. So I'm doing the down, down, up, up, down, up with muted strings. Okay, so that is just trying to get into the groove, get into the rhythm, get into the, you know, the beat. Okay, then I run through a couple of riffs, the first of which is Sunshine of Your Love, and I'll use a slightly thicker pick for this. So again, I'm not trying to perfect this riff, that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing it to just get some flexibility in my fingers, you know, get them going around the fretboard, get them used to, you know, the beginnings of picking out individual notes. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to cover this song or to improve how I play this particular riff. I'll just do this for, you know, till I get bored and move on to the next riffs. It's just to get the fingers going. So let's get cracking. I think it starts there, actually. Better now than when I started, let me tell you. Day one was atrocious. So you do improve the more you do things, okay? So keep at it. Do it slow. See what happens when I try to speed it up. Whoops, that sort of thing happens. You get too cocky. This guitar, this instrument, will humble you. That's my 2 minutes up. But I'm going to try that again, quicker. There's no need for quickness. Slow and steady wins the race, people, okay? Just making my point there. You go too quick, it's pointless. Slow. Speed will come with time, right? Yeah? Is that what you pros would tell me? Okay, so I ran through that riff. Another riff that I got going on is Seven Nation Army. Okay, I think it starts there. So far into the fingers. supposed to be using that or the little finger? I suppose it doesn't matter, right? Or straight up. No. That's why I've got to stretch. The spider exercise to stretch my finger over so I can reach easy. I suppose if you use the little finger there, I don't know. I'm going to use this finger just to stretch it. Keep it stretching. Okay, that's for 2 minutes anyway. But again, it's not to play it smoothly, okay? So that's not what I'm trying to achieve. It is literally just to get the fingers going. Well, that was fascinating, wasn't it? Right, okay, so now we'll just do a quick run through of a couple of the songs that I'm practicing. As I'm on the E minor, A minor, D minor, I've got specific songs to practice those to reach the objective of trying to slowly improve those chord changes with those 3 chords. So don't judge me by the songs that I'm playing, okay? They're not ones that I would choose, they're just, you know, working for what I'm trying to do, which is to improve these chords. Right, let's get in 71 beats per minute. By the way, I also play these songs a lot slower away from the camera here. It's just good to get me playing them at a faster pace so that I can compare in the future. I think I am practicing this at 71 beats per minute now, but the first day I'm usually sort of a lot slower. I'm like half the pace, maybe lower, 50 beats per minute, something like that, with most of the songs. So let's get cracking. Crack-a-lacking. I'm lost. That's why you're supposed to keep strumming when you're broken, right? Yes. So I'm not going to move on to the next module. I'm going to stick on this module because I just want to work another week on these minors. I'm finding that D minor in particular pretty tough, but again, I think back to, I haven't got much footage, well, I haven't got any footage of me on day 1 with the minor chords, but when I think back, you come on leaps and bounds really quick. If you put in work every single day, you come on quite quick, you know. Because I was major struggling with day 1. I was like, wow, this never ever going to learn the D minor. I'm never going to be able to play it. And yeah, I miss it a lot of the time, and you know, buzzing strings, I'm sure of it. But big improvement when I think back to a week ago, you know, just last Saturday and Sunday. There's no way. So to get that improved, I mean, obviously there's still a long way to go. But to get to the point where I'm slowly getting more comfortable with this. Every single morning for 15 minutes at least, I'm just sat there before I leave the apartment, almost there doing this. Different paces as well, different speeds. Jamming session with myself. So that's what I'm doing for, yeah, like I say, 15 minutes every morning. Do it. If you're struggling with a chord in particular, throw it in with another, 2 or 3 similar chords. Make music. Make music every morning before work. I mean, come on. What better thing to do? Okay, on to the next song. So we could rock it up a bit with a bit of Gary Moore. All Your Love. So this is too fast for me. This is 127 beats per minute. I'll have a go at playing it at this speed next week. I'll put a video together. I don't know if you saw my other video with the A, the D and the E, some beginner songs, the ones that I was learning or practicing at the time. I'll do the same with the E minor, A minor and D minor. And this song will be in there. Play at fast pace so that in the future I can see a comparison. But for now, I'm going to buzz that right down to, let's try 89 beats per minute. Still think this is going to be too fast, but I want to see myself challenged on camera, otherwise it's boring, right? Let's try it. So I still think I need a lot of work on that D minor. Shifting to it is a pain every single time. So I'm going to give myself another full week focusing on this sort of thing, those 3 chords. The good news is I'm still absolutely loving this journey. Make sure you go back and check out day 1 and run through till today, so you can see the progress that's gradually being made. Brilliant if you're considering starting yourself. I'm going to make another video soon on the fingers, so my fingers are a lot better now. I've sort of started filing them down a little bit as well some days, but the pain is when I think back to that first week, the pain is night and day. It's pretty much gone now. I can play for beyond an hour if I want, quite comfortably. It's more the fatigue, if anything. I need to build up the strength in my fingers and the rest of my hand and my forearm. But the actual finger pain, it does go away. Trust me. I will make a video. You'll be able to see I've been recording sort of every other day little clips of my fingers, so you can see the shedding, the rebirth of the skin underneath. And yes, so a bit gross for some people, but if you're interested, you may want to check that out. I'm also going to be putting together some videos where I'm just discussing things that interest me and that I'm learning along the way as a beginner guitarist, which is exactly what I am. So I'm going to be looking at topics that I want to discuss. And thank you guys as well for everybody out there who's commenting, who's helping me out with tips, advice, motivation. Super appreciative. I really do appreciate it. It's brilliant to get other people's points of view, and just want to thank you greatly. So see you next time.